Well, I'm struggling a little bit with this new discovery of what Facebook is doing. I had to download their new or use the new Facebook, and it's got the only you section and public section from which we can have conversation. You notice the conversation we're having together, right? So I'm using the only you one again, only me, only you, which is the one that I just speak whatever I'm speaking, record whatever I'm recording, and then after I get it completed, I can either make it public, leave it only me, or delete it. Of course, I can delete it if I had it on go public as well. So for this one, I'm going to do another only me, only I can see it, and then release it to the public. What do they call those things? The big movie release. So at any rate, Ecstasy is the conversation I care to have. And ecstasy is actually a real space. It's beyond the space of happy or happiness or happy and sad because it's real, it's the reality. It's a space that we live in if we do not lie, if we do not steal, if we do not cheat, if we live in the reality of creation, intelligence, and love, then we experience the space called ecstasy. It is a huge difference from the happy space because the happy space or happiness includes sadness. Happy, sad, happy, sad. They're half of each other. Where happy is, it's half of sad. Sad comes in very quickly afterwards. And the real downtrodden, the real consequence of moving from happy to sad, happy to sad, happy to sad is pretty soon we get depressed because of moving from happy to sad, happy to sad, happy to sad. Because it's not real. Happy is a falsely invented feeling. So another distinction, here we are with distinctions, we could draw is ecstasy has no feeling. Happy has feeling. And if it has a feeling, psychological feeling, then it's not real. So if you care to experiment, discover what this idiot's talking about, this thing called ecstasy, this place is where there's no lying, stealing, and cheating, then what you would need to begin doing is speaking the truth into your own life. However, even before you could begin speaking the truth into your own life, you would need to discover what truth is. Because truth is not, and that's actually the one way to discover what truth is to discover what it is not. So truth is not that which you think it is. Truth is not the excuse that you make. Truth is not that you can tell your children there's a Santa Claus and tell them there's a tooth fairy, and you cannot lie to yourself, your children, or the world and call that the truth because you have an excuse for it, because you have a reason, because you can justify it. because you can explain it. You see, those are all the function of the dream world of thought, knowledge, not knowledge, thought, and belief. So these things that I speak of come from a different dimension. And in between the dimension of creation, intelligence, and truth, there's a chasm, a deep hole. You might even call it the black hole. A huge, who knows what's at the bottom of it. I don't know if there's anything at the bottom of it. A bottomless pit, if you will. And the other side of that bottomless pit is knowledge, thought, and belief. And in the dimension of knowledge, thought, and belief, there's the mirror image of reality, which brings us back to ecstasy is the mirror image, or pardon me, I'm still over on the other side. Happy is the mirror image of ecstasy. And the reason, or the thing you can know that that's true or not, is it has a feeling. You feel psychological feelings only live in thought, only live in knowledge, and only live in belief. And there's not just one mirror image of reality. There's many, many, many mirror images of reality because we've been lost in knowledge, thought, and belief for many, many thousands of years. So there's all kinds of, not any use even to go into them because it would be the rest of the year still, and we'd still be, wait a minute, we're almost at the end of the year, aren't we? By the way, our country has approved, if you will, our new president, Joe Biden, and is the winner, of course, has been sometime. And Kamala Harris, first female vice president, hopefully sometime maybe the first female president. I mean, we've had, 45 presidents. All of them have been males, and we've been at war for 226 of our 242 years. So not having war would be ecstasy, wouldn't it? However, for that to actually happen is not just a female president. We each must end our own war within. And whether you can see it or not, happy is part of the war within, because happy is in the dream world. It is a false sense of, isn't that great? Oh, I got laid, or I got the $100, or I got the new job, all of that. So even that's part of why we go to war. We go to war because we live our lives from knowledge, thought, and belief. We exited stage left, so to speak. Creation, and intelligence, and truth. So all of what our world presents to us is a lie. And all of our lives that we have lived is a lie as well. And the only manner you're going to ever discover that is to consider the possibility that this idiot is telling you the truth. That's a big stretch, I guess, because there's very few people who watch these videos over 41 years. Because it's been 41 years, there have been a whole lot of people who have heard things that I have to say. However, way short of what the hundreds and thousands and millions of people who need to hear it, because it's the evolution of the human brain. It is the ending of having to kill to eat. It's the ending of violence on planet Earth. It's the beginning of internal peace and peace on Earth. So, if you care to take a moment out of your real busy life, I know you're really too busy to look at this nonsensical stuff like being free, being internally free, being at peace with yourself, with your husband, with your wife, with your children, with your neighbor, even with those, what's Trump call them, shithole countries, even peace with them. Peace on earth, if you will. That is now manifesting. I get a lot of rambling going on here. I go around a lot of things. However, they're all really the same. They're all the same. If you can catch one part of what I say and walk with it till its end, you will discover all of the other things that I say. Because a universal truth is a universal truth for everybody on planet Earth. And the only manner that the universal truth can be discovered, are you ready? Is to speak the truth. And the first truth you might need to consider speaking is that you are a total liar, living on a planet of total liars, in a dream world. The world is real, the trees, the grass, the clouds, the sun, whatever those things are up there. However, your participation in it is from your dream, except for the first 2 or 3, maybe 4 years of your life when you were the intelligence of the universe, when you were creation, when you were intelligence and truth. But that's a tiny sliver of your life. The rest of it has all been a lie. So you see, in this conversation, I even told you a lie because I said your whole life is a lie. And that's not actually true because you had 1, 2, maybe 3 years of not lying, which of course is before you could speak, before you could talk. So if you care to take a look at these things, then take one aspect of what I speak, follow it till its end. If you do that, then all of what I call universal truth, because it is sitting there. It's waiting. A perfect experience of speaking the truth with yourself first to each of you. See ya.